The Holy Book, Sefer Kav Hayashar, Episode 19. The Torah of Hashem is flawless, restoring the soul. Tehillim 19.8. Hashem has given permission for every Jew to interpret the Holy Scriptures according to his own understanding, as a hammer shatters rock. Yirmiyahu 23.29. Therefore, we may interpret the verse as follows. Hashem's Torah is flawless in that it is lacking no limb of the 613 commandments. It is incumbent upon a human being to fulfill all 613, for they correspond to the limbs of his body. Thus, it is absolutely essential that he do all those that he can be done, not neglecting any of them. As for the rest, he must study the Torah, the statutes, and the law pertaining to them, for they are all derived from the benevolent hand of Hashem. In this way, one completes the Torah of Hashem, which is flawless. But if a person passes from this world without completing his limbs through the performance and study of the commandments, then it restores the soul. That is, the soul must return to earth to be reincarnated in another body, that it may fulfill its task and make good its deficiency. This being so, a person should reflect that it is only fitting and proper that he not be lax in the study of Torah and the fulfillment of those commandments that can be fulfilled. For who knows what the future will bring? While a person is yet on this earth, the announcement of his imminent demise is made on high, but he does not hear it, and therefore cannot make preparations for himself. Once the announcement has been made in heaven, the day that his soul must take leave of his body approaches. Then all of a sudden he is made cognizant of the decree through the body afflictions and pains that overwhelm him. But what advantage does he have at that point if he has not prepared himself through the good works ahead of time? The Zohar writes, Parshas Vayechi 2:17b. When the time approaches for a person to depart from this world, it is announced 30 days beforehand in Gan Eden. It was taught, during these 30 days, his soul departs every night and sees its place in the other world, although the person himself is unaware of this. Moreover, during these 30 days, he no longer has dominion over his soul, as he did previously. As it is written, a man cannot rule over the spirit, etc. Koheles 8.8. Rabbi Yehuda said, once these 30 days begin, a man's visage darkens and his form can no longer be seen on earth. Rabbi Yitzchak was sitting beside Rabbi Yehuda's doorway one day, filled with sadness. Rabbi Yehuda came out and found him sitting there filled with sadness and asked, why is this day different from other days? He replied, I came to you to request 3 things. First, that when I speak words of Torah and mention things that I have said, say them in my name in order that my name will be mentioned. Second, see to it that my son Yosef merits Torah. And third, go to my grave every day during the 7 days of mourning and pray for me. Rabbi Yehuda said to him, how do you know that your time is approaching? He answered, my soul departs from me every night and no longer enlightens me with dreams as formerly. Moreover, when I pray and arrive at the blessing, who hears prayer? I contemplate my form, but I can no longer see it. Therefore I said to myself that since this image has departed from me, so that I could no longer see it, it is clear that the announcement has already been made. For thus it is written, Yet in his image a man walks. Tehillim 39.7. That is, as long as a man's image is perceivable, his spirit is maintained on account of it. But once it has departed and is no longer seen, it is proof that his passing is imminent. Rabbi Yehuda said to him, all these things that you have requested, I will do. But I have a request from you too, that I should not be separated from you, and that you should choose a spot for me next to you in the other world, just as I was near to you in this world. Then Rabbi Yitzchak wept and said, please let me not be separated from you during these 30 days. Then they went together to Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai and found him engrossed in Torah study. Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai raised his eyes and saw the angel of death leaping and running before Rabbi Yitzchak. Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai stood up, grabbed Rabbi Yitzchak's hand and declared, I decree that whoever is accustomed to come into my room may enter, but whoever is not accustomed to come into my room may not enter. Whereupon Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Yitzchak entered, but the angel of death remained bound outside. Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai looked and saw that Rabbi Yitzchak's time had not yet come, for his time was not until the 8th hour. Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai sat Rabbi Yitzchak before him and began studying with him. Rabbi Shimon said to his son Rabbi Elazar, sit at the entrance and do not speak to anyone that you see. And if someone wishes to come in, pronounce an oath that he may not enter. Rabbi Shimon said to Rabbi Yitzchak, have you seen the image of your father today? For we have learned that when a person departs from this world, his father and relatives are present with him, and he beholds and recognizes them. Then all those who will dwell with him on the same level in the other world gather around him and join him. Afterwards, they accompany his soul to the place where it is to dwell. Rabbi Yitzchak said to him, I have not yet seen him. In the meantime, Rabbi Shimon arose and said, Master of the universe, Rabbi Yitzchak is known to us, for he's one of the 7 eyes. Example, one of Rabbi Shimon's 7 disciples. See that I am holding on to him. Grant him to me. Then a heavenly voice proclaimed, the throne of the Master is upon the wings of Rabbi Shimon. Behold, is granted to you. You shall bring him with you when you come to rest in your place. Rabbi Shimon replied, so shall it be. In the meantime, Rabbi Elazar saw the angel of death had departed. He said, the decrees of heaven do not stand in the place of Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai. Rabbi Shimon said to his son Rabbi Elazar, come and hold Rabbi Yitzchak, for I see that he is afraid. So Rabbi Elazar entered and held on to Rabbi Yitzchak, while Rabbi Shimon turned his face aside and immersed himself in Torah. Rabbi Yitzchak dozed off and beheld his father, who said to him, fortunate are you, my son. Happy is your lot in this world and the next. For from among the leaves of the tree of life in Gan Eden has come a greater tree that is strong in both worlds. That is, Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai, and it holds you in its branches. Happy is your lot, my son. Rabbi Yitzchak said to him, what is my status there? His father answered, for 3 days they were feverishly preparing your bedroom. They opened windows on your behalf so that you will have illumination from all 4 directions. When I saw your place, I rejoiced, saying, fortunate is your lot. Up until a moment ago, the souls of 12 righteous scholars were preparing to come to you. But while they were setting out, a voice went out throughout all the world, saying, who are these scholars standing here preparing to meet the soul of Rabbi Yitzchak and to escort it to Gan Eden? Depart and return to your places, for Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai has made a request, and it has been granted to him. Not only in this was the power of Rabbi Shimon great, because the granted to him 70, for the 70 adorned places that are mentioned here are his, and each place leads to 70 worlds, and each world leads to 70 messengers of God. And each messenger leads to 70 lofty crowns. From there, the paths lead the obscure ancient one, so that they could view the lofty sweetness, the one who illuminates and delights all beings. As it says, to behold the pleasantness of Hashem and to meditate in his sanctuary. What is the meaning of to meditate in his sanctuary? This is what it is written, in my entire house he is trusted. Rabbi Yitzchak inquired, Father, how much more time has been granted to me in this world? He said, My son, I do not have permission to reveal that to any man, but at the rejoicing of Rab Shimon ben Yochai, you will be the one to set his table. In the meantime, Rab Yitzchak awoke. He was smiling and his countenance was shining. Rab Shimon noticed and looked into Rab Yitzchak's face. He asked, Have you heard anything new? He said to him, Most certainly, and he related to him all that he had seen. Then Rabbi Yitzchak prostrated himself before Rab Shimon and refused to leave him, but toiled continually in Torah. From that day forward, Rab Shimon never separated from Rabbi Yitzchak. When Rabbi Yitzchak would enter Rab Shimon's presence, he would call out, Hashem, steal me away and be my guarantor. Rab Shaya 38:14. This was the prayer of the king Chizkiyahu at the time of his illness. But Rabbi Yitzchak said it as an expression of praise and thanks to the Holy One, blessed is he, who stole him away from the angel of death and delivered him. The outcome of all this is that when a person's time comes, he must pray that Hashem take him from peace to peace. This prayer is mentioned in the Ma'amados for the second day of the week. Let him have in mind that he should be granted the death of the righteous. For when a righteous man dies, he is met by many other righteous souls that come to escort him to Gan Eden, and he wishes them peace. Afterwards, as they are escorting his soul, 3 classes of angels also arrive, declaring peace. Peace be upon his resting place. This is the meaning of the prayer. Take me from peace to peace.